Robschild, no advice. Premarket Livestream, only because of the let's call it exciting news that we have another tariff update with the pause on the 50% European tariff that was cracking markets last week. I mean, is this the world we live in now? Every time the stock market starts falling after he talks about more tariffs, every time the stock market goes down when he says something, hey, there's going to be tariffs, then he just reverses it so that the stock market goes back up. Is Trump pumping stocks right now? Is that the name of the game that we're playing? Is that where we're at? It's how that's going to affect things longer term probably won't affect things much at all. If you look at my daily reminders, my macro views of my website, it doesn't even include the tariffs. I don't even need tariffs to see a major economic slowdown coming. But the tariffs seem to be the last straw that may break the camel's back, and it still might take a while. It still could take a while. I think it'll take less time than other people think. But until prices, are affected and people actually slow down their spending, and then the jobless claims rise, unemployment rises, until all of that happens, all of it's just worrying, with the consumer sentiment being so low. And, we haven't had enough layoffs to really set things off. But anyway, this is a pre-market show I wanted to do this morning. So I see I have some live viewers. Hello. So let's take a look at some charts. It's what's going on. So obviously this tariff news got things bullish, but there's a little bit of nuance. So let's go ahead and share screen. Okay, so yeah, not for another hour. We don't get this for another hour. The credit spread update. Nissan stock I have is up a little bit. I wasn't sure what was going on with that. So semiconductors, SMH up 2% pre-market. Granted, this is just like a reversal from the close on Friday, going down 1.4%. So it's I could hardly call this bullish. And then Bitcoin too. We had on Friday. Was Friday the announcement of the tariffs? I don't know. But anyway, I find it notable that these little green candles after Friday's sell-off basically meet the 50% mark of this red candle here. This typically means that this actually still can function as a short-term bear flag and get down to about 105 before deciding what to do from there. Again, I'm not like the greatest chartist in the world, but some things are pretty obvious, and that's what I'm seeing right now for that. Bonds, treasury bonds, holy moly, they've been getting a bid. The T-bond futures going up. We're up 0.64% right now, which for bond futures is a good amount up. TLT pre-market, I didn't even pull that up. Let's pull that up. My favorite place to be. Let's put this in there. Pre-market, we're up 1%. Earlier in the morning when I was looking at it, it was up 1.5%. So a full percent on TLT in one day. So that's very interesting for TLT to rise, because I've been under the impression that lowering the tariff threats, in a way, it adds to fiscal irresponsibility of not collecting, more revenue to be able to pay the national debt. But anyway, and Hang Seng, it was ticking down. We're actually up now, 0.43%. And then the dollar, this market, yeah, was open on Monday. A lot of the futures markets were open on Monday with limited hours, closing at 1 p.m. A number of people that I've been listening to are talking about a 98 level, that as long as we hold 98, we're not necessarily going bearish here. Interesting, the dollar actually rising right now on today's candle by about 0.5%. Dr. Copper's been, that changed. Before I was going to say, it looked like it was forming a bull flag. You could still consider this to sort of be a bull flag, but this is right now, today's drop on copper. It's bigger than what you would want to see for a flag for the very second candle. So we may end up seeing a straight reversal in copper today, but I don't know. We'll see. Silver, whoa, holy engulfing candle. Everybody was getting really bullish on silver. What happened there? I don't know, but it's interesting. And then gold as well. I just looked at these charts like a few hours ago. I guess something changed. Gold just fell off. It was earlier this morning just forming a perfect little bull flag here, like waiting to break out of this channel. I was a little excited for the bulls and gold, no, even though I don't have gold myself. But this is an interesting development. That's a pretty big red candle to the downside. Anyway, should be an interesting day, should be an interesting week. I wanted to do a live because of the tariff updates, and before it was looking like markets were about to continue down and down and down without really stopping off of the 50% tariff news. And then now we say, oh, actually, we're going to push it off a month to give us more time to negotiate or whatever. And so then the stock market goes up. So that's the world we live in right now. Yeah, so let's see here. So anyway, I'll do my regular show at the end of the day. That's all for now. Have a great day, everybody. Hope you had a good Memorial Day weekend and everything. And see you later. Robschild.